For a long time, choosing an email address meant you were stuck with it, no matter how poorly that choice aged. Now, that's finally changing. Google is rolling out a new feature that allows users to change their email address without losing access to their emails, files, or Google account. We'll give you an inside look at this update as we sit down and sync up with Rocket IT's weekly technology update. Hello everyone, I'm Chris Swinson, Technology Insider at Rocket IT, and welcome to Sync Up, your home for the latest tech news. Up to this point, if you wanted it to look like you had a new Gmail address, you had to create something called an alias. An alias is essentially a secondary email address that delivers messages to your original inbox. It doesn't replace your original address, and behind the scenes, your account is still tied to the email you first created. That meant that your main identity never really changed, even if you were using a different address on the surface. What Google is now allowing is different. Instead of just adding another address on top, users will be able to change their primary Gmail address to a new one. Your original address won't disappear, it will remain as a secondary backup address in case it's needed in the future, but it will no longer be the address you typically share or use to sign in. So why is Google releasing this now? Part of it comes down to pressure and expectations. Other email platforms like Outlook have offered more flexibility for years, but the bigger reason is how much Google has expanded beyond email. In 2026, a single Google account can grant access to Google Drive, YouTube, Google Business Profiles, advertising accounts, Android devices, and much more. Locking people into an old email address no longer makes sense when that address becomes a core digital identity. Now, the big question is, when can you expect this feature? At the time of this video, Google appears to be conducting a regional rollout with early testing starting in India. When you do have access, the option will appear directly in your Google account settings. As with most updates, the rollout is expected to be gradual, so not everyone will see it all at the same time. Before you change your Gmail address though, there are a few limitations to keep in mind. After making the change, you won't be able to create another new Gmail address on the same account for 12 months. This is designed to prevent abuse of the feature. Also, some apps and websites treat your email address like a username. That means you may need to manually update your email address inside of those services before or after making the switch. And finally, it will still be your responsibility to let contacts know you've changed your email, even though messages sent to the old address will continue to arrive. That doesn't mean you shouldn't make the change when the option becomes available, it just means that it's something that should be planned, not rushed. For most organizations, it's a good idea to talk with your IT partner before making a change like this. An IT provider can help identify which services are tied to your email, make sure account recovery settings are updated, prevent lockouts, and ensure nothing important breaks during the transition. If you don't currently have an IT partner, Rocket IT is here to help. You can reach out using the link in this video's description. And to stay up to date on trending technology news, hit that subscribe button and the bell to catch us on next week's episode of Sync Up with Rocket IT.